This is CWTFB Radio. I am your host, Charlie MaSheen. You already know what time it is, man. We're here for another week. Shout out to my sponsor. You know what time it is. Details, Call Audio and Auto Detailing right on 138. That's right on 925 Turnpike Street in Canton, Mass. Go see them for your car audio needs, window tinting, remote starters, anything that we could do for you when it comes to car accessories, truck accessories, motorcycle accessories. And if we can't do it, we'll definitely recommend you to the right people who can. Moving right along, I'm super excited to be talking to this phenom right here. Like, I'm gonna tell you why I say this, right? Because the first time I heard her rap was in her apartment. You know what I mean? I don't know if you still live at the same spot, but it was over when you was over there by Galleria.
Yep.
I was over there with my man Omar. We went over there to holler at her, and like we was just shooting the shit. We was just, chopping it up. Mm-hmm. And then you was like, "Yeah, I rap," and I'm like, "I bet, let me hear you rap." And then when I heard you rap, I didn't even want to rap no more. I was like, damn, like my boss is like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody give your undivided attention to my homegirl, Oompa.
Yeah.
What's good, baby? How you doing?
I'm chilling, bro. How you?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling good, man. I'm glad that we here.
Same, yo. Thank you for having me, for real.
Absolutely, man. It's been a long time coming. Since I even had the last platform last year.
Mm-hmm.
And things didn't really work out, but you've been busy, you've been doing things, your name's everywhere. I mean, like literally everywhere. You know what I mean?
I'm working, man.
So shout out to COVID-19 for slowing us down so we can finally have this conversation. You know what I mean?
Amen to that, but also, God damn, it's a crazy time, man. It's a crazy time, but I'm glad we got to talk. But it's funny because we were gonna sit down in person and talk, and then COVID actually got in the way, so it's still in the way, B.
It is, but we work. We work a way around it, man. Leaders adjust, man, and that's why we're here, dog. So,
right.
It's not gonna stop nothing, man. But what you been up to, man, lately? Like, what's going on?
Really, I'm just I'm working on. I'm just being bad at shit while I'm in quarantine right now. Like, I'm just working on being bad at shit because, like, you gotta be humble enough to remember, like, that's the only way to get good at something is to be bad at it. So I got enough time to be bad at mad shit right now. Like, I'm being bad at the keys. I'm being bad at the drums. I'm being bad at R&B and singing. I'm being bad at all of this shit. When I come out of quarantine, if I can't play them all at one time, it's because I fucked up.
It's on the popping, but I've been following your moves for a while. You got two projects, right? Mm-hmm. So you got November 3rd and you got Cleo, right?
Mm-hmm.
November 3rd, what year was that when you dropped that?
2016. That was my first project.
2016. Man, what led up to that? Like when did you really like start taking rap seriously?
Yeah, I think I used to when I went to school with O and stuff, like I don't even know what it was. Honestly, like Good Kid, Mad City, I was riding around with that all 2012. And just playing around, and it really made me feel like I could be a rapper. It was so common, like just the story was just so plain, and it resonated with me at that time. I was going through a lot, and I was just like, I picked up writing again, and I just remember going to my boy Jody's radio show at the school, and I was like, rapping a couple verses and whatnot. I really liked how I felt. I did a talent show real quick, and an open mic, and I was like, oh, I like this, and then it really wasn't until I started doing it like as a hobby, as a thing. I was, I'm secretly passionate, but I'm shy, so I would do it and I'd be into it, but I still had the full-time job because I'm like, it's a hobby. And then it wasn't until like 2017, the end of 2017, like because the album kickstarted me in the right direction. Absolutely. So I just like picked up the momentum, and I was at some point I had as many shows. Like I had 2 full-time jobs basically. And I was like, all right, cool. Like I got enough to be able to sustain myself. I'm not making as much as I would as a teacher. So, but it doesn't matter. Like I'm about to go chase this thing. So I left my job at the end of the school year. Wow. And I went full-time in 2017. And I was just like.
So you full-time?
Oh yeah, I've been full-time 3 years.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yo, that's big, fam.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, man. Congrats, yo. Like, salute to you.
Thank you.
There's not too many people from the city who really is a full-time musician. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's really hard.
It is. I know there's Lisa Bello. She's a full-time musician now. Yeah. She used to be a teacher as well. You know what I mean? Yep. Good company. You know what I'm saying? D Money Martinez, he's a full-time musician. Yeah. But I mean, off the top of my head, I think that's the only, you know what I mean, other within, you know, the hip hop, you know, R&B circles.
Yeah, there's like Keovani, I know is one. There's a few of us out here in these streets just doing it full time. But it's a hard life. It's a hard life to live.
I can imagine, dude.
You just gotta, but it's also beautiful because when you set yourself up the right way, you build yourself some momentum, you know, like the reward that it comes back around real quick. Like you know, you stay busy, you just stay trying to get better at the craft, and then more people want to book you, and then you give them something new to book you for, and then you know, like, or you find another way to make some money off of something, you know, like or, you know, another talent that's in the box, you know, or some consultant, whatever. You just put it all in the pot, try to make it work, like. And
that's what's up, man. That's beautiful, like for real. Like, congrats to you, man, and like. Dead ass, like I'm like legit, like wholeheartedly proud of you, like, you know what I mean? Because I seen you kind of bust out of your shell, you know what I mean? A little, like you know what I mean? Like you say you shy, but like I haven't seen you shy in years at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean?
It's crazy. I get shy about dumb shit. Like I'd be like, I wrote a poem. I don't want to see. Or I'd be like, damn, like I made this meal, yo. I can't really show you this meal because I'm not shy. Like, oh my God. But it'd be a meal. Like meanwhile, I'm out here like my life, crying and sit on stage, but I can't cook a meal for somebody. Like
that's funny as shit.
It's wild.
Nah, but so let's talk about a little bit about like your upbringing. Like, so you was born and raised in Boston, right?
Roxbury, yeah.
Roxbury. So you went to Eastie for high school, right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that went to Eastie.
Yeah.
You know, my man Darwin. I was telling him, I was like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's like my bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I moved into my pop's crib, you know, like when I was like 18, he lived like a block away from me, and when I mentioned him to you, like literally probably like a weekend after I left your crib with Omar, I was like, yo, Omar got this friend, dog, and she's like OD nice, bro. Like, you know what I mean? What year was that? I was like,
that was like 2015, 16.
I was like, nah, I think it was like 14, 15. Like
me rapping in 14, 15?
You spitting bars to us.
You know what? You're right.
This is prior to you pursuing it. Like,
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
At O's crib that time we got faded. We had the Mama Juana too. Yeah, it was
all.
Oh my
God.
Yeah.
So I'm like, because he was talking to me about, because you know I was doing the network marketing thing or whatever.
Right.
And you know, me and O was doing that together. And you know, at the time he was like, yo, are you thinking about getting back into music? And I was like, nah, not really. I was like, but yo, listen, I just left, you know, Omar's homegirl's crib, and like she like kind of damn near inspired me to do it again. Like she's nice. Like he's like, what's her name? I was like, Oompa. And he's like, oh, I know Oompa. Nigga. I went to high school with her. And I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm like, okay. So, you know, doing that, you went to Bucknell and things of that nature. So at what point did you say, like, I should do this? Like, what put that battery in your back?
I said, it was more like when I growing up, like I feel like we got these like flagpoles or these checkpoints, you know, like and I don't think that we look beyond the checkpoint sometimes, some of us. Like I wanted to be 18. Like I just I wanted to grow up to be 18, because my mother used to say she used to say like, if I make it to 18, God could take me. Like, I mean, if y'all make it to 18, God could take me. I'll be straight. I just want to see y'all make it to 18. And this is why you gotta be careful what comes out of your mouth too. But my mom passed when I was 18. Like I made it to 18, and that fall semester, I didn't even know what college was until junior year of high school. And they said that they was talking about posse and all this other stuff. And I was like, I guess I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm already 18. Like, I mean, I'm about to be 18. Like, if, you know, like, let me see what else is out there, you know? So I'll do college. They was talking about me going away from my mom's, and I was like, this is crazy. I don't really know if I could do that. They was like full tuition. I was like, I could do that. Right. And so I left, and I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to be at that point. Like, I was trying to, when I was a kid, I was talking about being a lawyer. Like, I don't even know what I wanted to be. Like, I just know I was alive and I was out here living. And then like I had teachers that it really, really moved me, that inspired me and kept me like really engaged. Like I love school. I did well in school. Like I would fight you on the streets and get an A+ in an AP class. Like that's my shit. You know what I'm saying?
That was your wave.
That's how I am. And you know, and I didn't know that what I could do. But I like that my teachers moved me. I love math and I love the way my teachers move me. So it's like, all right, maybe I'll be an English teacher or a math teacher. So I went through that whole process, like, okay, cool. Like most of the reason I chose to go to school, once I got there and I realized what it really was, I faced a lot of hardships while I was there, you know, about being Black, about being poor, about being queer. Like there was so much there that just like really, really just it wasn't great. Like
didn't you get locked up with Omar down there? Some shit?
Me and Omar got locked up stealing Band-Aids and food. You feel me? Like me and O was hustling. You feel me? Stealing Band-Aids and food. Be like, but that's
a crazy story. That's like, what you're gonna tell your kids later. Like, wow, yo, this is what I got arrested for.
Like that's O's my man's. Like when I tell you we was in the mud together, like as much as we be in the mud on campus. Like when I first got there, he showed me the ropes. And we never let go. Like that's my brother, you know.
He's a good dude, man.
He's a great dude, man. Like you don't, they don't really make him like, oh man.
Facts.
So like we just survived a lot out there, you know. We got arrested. Like yo, let me just real quick, and I'm gonna get back to the main part. But like yo, it was like a twilight zone. Like we had a car that we borrowed. We lost the car. We was running out in the parking lot trying to find the car because we running from loss prevention. Missed the car. We basically play frog across the highway, run a few miles. I was in shape at the time, so I'm running. We all running, whatever, doing all this. And then they had the state police, and three other counties after us for Band-Aids, bro. Jesus, like I'm like, that's the kind of place I was in. But anyhow, I was like, all right, cool. Like, you know, I really struggled in college on some personal, like, and just being there, I hated it. And but I was like, you know what? I'm trying to get out the hood. I'm trying to make.
I got a free ride. I better make the best out of it. Yo.
I'm trying to do something after this, and I thought that's what I wanted to do. And so I was teaching for a while, and I loved that. I love kids. I love young people. I love teaching. I don't really fuck with the education system, but I love kids. You know, so like I'm like maybe I could be for somebody what one of these, you know, these couple teachers were for me. Right. And then it wasn't until I started doing music at the same time, like, and I was putting my shit into it, like my whole into it, that I was able to compare it to, like, this is the greatest job in the world teaching, like, could be one of the greatest jobs in the world, one most rewarding jobs. And here I am rapping, and I feel 20 times better than I ever felt in my life. I feel the most alive. So it was like, you know what? Like, I love these kids. The kids will never be the reason why you leave a job. You know what I'm saying? If you really connected like that. So I left because I wanted to be an example. Like I can't sit here and talk about following my dreams and being relentless and unapologetic and all this stuff if I'm apologizing every day. You know, they got to walk through metal detectors and all this other shit. So I'm like, I'm not doing that to them no more.
What was you teaching at?
I didn't want to say, but I taught at Tech Boston.
My fault. I mean, if you didn't want to say,
no, you good. No, those are my people. I love the school. It's like any other BPS school, man. Like
that's Dorchester, right?
Yeah, Dorchester. Yeah, right over there. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So that's kind of, you know, for you to leave the workforce within like a year and some change, that's a huge leap of faith. Like, what was going through your mind when you said, yeah, I mean, fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? Because for one, most local rappers don't start seeing bread within a year, like any type of bread. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I guess what I really want to ask is like, what were you doing that was allowing you to, you know, get paid? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you feel like you did differently in comparison to a lot of other people out here?
I think I did a lot of free shows and I just shut my mouth and did them. And I did that until people found a reason to want to pay me for the shows. And then when they started paying me, I started naming my price. And when I started naming my price, I started trying to match the work with the price. And then I was like, well, I need more money, so I got to give them something better. So to me, it's just like, I just kept finding a way to try to better my craft. And like, then I got comfortable. Like I got comfortable recently and it showed in how I wasn't hustling the way I know how to hustle. So it made me go back to the drawing board. Like after Cleo, I was like, oh, I got to do something. Like, and so I just been just writing, you know what I mean? But like eating off of the whole thing. But the point is like, I just kept trying to find opportunities to show up. Like people always have this thing like, oh, the city's not supporting me, and it's like,
that's bullshit.
Like it's like it's bullshit. But it's like why should anybody like everybody got a dream? Right. Everybody got a thing to do. Everybody got a product. The markets are saturated. What am I doing to connect with people so that they're invested in me? What am I doing to invest in them? You know what I'm saying? And so I started to think about it. It was a mindset more than anything else. And then I just wasn't afraid because I'm like, my nigga, I've been homeless before and I've been hungry before. I've been beat up before and I've been beat down before. You know, I fought and I've won and I fought and I lost. Like like I'm in a privileged position. Okay. To be able to go and say, I have a dream and I know I have a purpose. I gave myself purpose or God gave it to me. The only difference between the two is I just believe it. Like I just believe I got a purpose.
Wholeheartedly believe and you went with it.
And that's it. Because you wake up every day with the purpose in mind. It's like nothing can tell you otherwise. It's just you got to go.
Right. So what was your hardships early on? Like with the music, like pursuing music? Like what was the obstacles that you hit that you was like, damn, like am I really gonna want to do this?
I think it's just a lot of people perform even off the stage, and it's hard for me to watch.
What you mean about that? What you mean off the stage?
It's just like people feel like they have to be who they think they're supposed to be.
Oh, as far as like a persona, like with
like the personas. Yeah, they got personas, or they want to seem like they got it all figured out, or and it makes you feel like, damn, like I don't got nothing figured out, or I should be pretending I got it figured out, and I don't. Like. And or it's just fake stuff. It's like people that don't even fuck with me want to take pictures with me. Like you don't fuck with me. I love you and you don't fuck with me. And everybody knows you don't fuck with me. Or maybe not everybody. I know you don't fuck with me. But you want to take a selfie at every event we're at. Like come on. I know what it is. Like people, I don't care to go and talk about other people's business, but it comes back to me. Right. So it's just a bunch, and it's that, or like sometimes the politics of the city that I've benefited from the politics in the city, and I've been on the other side of the politics in the city where it's like I think some people with power and resources can be lazy sometimes. Right. They, there was hard. And then on top of that, I'm a girl rapper, so. In a male-dominated industry, so a lot of niggas just wasn't trying to listen to me because I'm a girl rapper, and so they didn't know what the hell to do with me. And then they was expecting one thing, and then on top of that,
you a non-conventional girl rapper too. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you and Rhapsody kind of do the same thing, but don't at the same time. Like you know, what I'm saying? Because it's like you're like, yes, you're a female rapper, but you're potent, like you come off like your vibrato was crazy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? So
and then I'm a tomboy, I'm a masculine shorty too.
Right. So it's like, you know, and I think some niggas is intimidated by that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Not only is that you, because that's you wholeheartedly and you embody that and you're comfortable with it, but you better than a lot of niggas, yo.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like so it's like that's like it's like fuck. Like you know what I mean? Like
her and her girlfriend and her Yeah.
Like imagine being like the hardest rapper, right? Like, you know, you hard, nigga, and you from the streets and you know you nice. But then Oompa gets on stage and you're lyrical, your stage presence is stupid, you can harmonize and sing. You know what I'm saying? Like like this nigga just looking at you like, oh, I'm gonna shoot her after the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, niggas leave I have had niggas leave the show.
Yo, bro, I believe it.
People get mad. They're like, yo, I'm tired of hearing Oomp's name. Da, 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 da. I've read stuff and I just think it's funny because it's like, I'm not tired of it. Some people get caught up in the Boston hype, and I love my city. I love where I'm from, but that's not it for me. You know what I mean? I want the world. Like, awesome. Right. So I see people be like, I'm tired of hearing Oomp's name. And I'm like, my nigga, this is just emotion. Like nobody in LA is running my name up. Like, why can't you get behind that? Like, because the minute you do something, I'm behind you. Right. Anyhow.
What were we talking about before?
You said the hardships. I'm sitting here like, and then.
So yeah, like I mean, so yeah, I mean, like any other like obstacles that you felt like you had to face. Like, do you feel like your sexuality had anything to do with it at the beginning?
I think that I'm so comfortable in myself. Yeah. And be whether that's being chubby, whether that's being black, whether that's being from where I'm from, whether that's being ashy, like I don't know what. Like I'm just so comfortable with myself.
What you be you?
People just if they're uncomfortable, they're the only ones that feel it. I could witness it, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. So I know I've heard people say stuff. I've heard people watch me and frown when I do songs like Your Girl. I've watched people leave the show. I've watched people take their kids. Like the minute I get off, I've watched them do that. And I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, like they can have all those preconceived notions. My heart is as good as any other heart. Like,
absolutely. And
I know who I am and I'm comfortable. And that's going to be what, if you just take 5 seconds to sit there and listen or feel me, all of that stuff will disappear.
And you're going to dead all of that.
That's it. I'm just who I am. Like the heart is the same heart as anybody else's. And the work is like, I'm connected to what I do. I think, I would hope, and I hope it connects to other people. And if they sit for 5 seconds outside of their own judgment or even inside of it, I would hope that it would dispel like when they connect with me, because it's bigger than that. It's bigger than somebody's judgment about what I do and who I am. Like what I do in my room, in my bedroom, or wherever in my house is my business. Like,
no, absolutely. Yeah. So let's talk about your creative process, right? So November 3rd, right? That was 2016. What is November 3rd? What is that day?
Yeah, it's the day I lost my mother in 2009, November 3rd. And so November 3rd was just me finding a way to dedicate the rest of my life to, not the rest of my life, but dedicate at least the start of my career in music, as it symbolized like my passion and me living unapologetically and living my most honest self, the life my mother would have wanted for me. It's about dedicating that album to her as a symbol of me going in that direction. But it's also literally about some of the emotional things that I went through and emotional processes I went through, and even just like in the world, like the physical things I went through in the wake of her death and stuff like that. So yeah.
So how old were you when your mom passed? You said 18, right?
18, yeah, I was 18.
Now, your mom passing at 18 is a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Like that's scary shit, because I can't relate, but I can relate with a traumatic experience with my mom. When I was 21, my mom had like a very severe stroke. And for months, like her memory wasn't the same. Like when she was first recovering, she didn't really remember much. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't lose her. I was luckily enough for her to, recover and things of that nature. Right. Thank God. But, like run through your emotions, like, you know what I mean? Because it's easy for you to just be like, yo, fuck everything. You know what I'm saying? Like when something like that happens, because I've seen it with friends. You know what I mean? I've seen it with family members. I've seen it with, you know what I mean? With people. So like, what do you feel like your mom kind of like motivated you to do better for yourself, like because she passed, or like?
Yeah, what's crazy is that it's 2020 now, and it's been 11 years, and I think I'm just now having the time in the last couple of years to actually sit down and process what happened, which is how I think I was honestly just carried by God and my angels through all of that, because even in the moments where I thought like I was done, like, because at that point my sister had passed some years earlier, my mother had passed, I'm on a park bench, like, you know what I'm saying, like ain't got no food in the crib, we stealing food out of Walgreens, like we doing all kinds of crazy stuff like that, just trying to eat, no food stamps, no none of that, like or like we get food stamps, but then like we need some cash to pay some bills, so we sell, like stuff like that. So it's like
you gotta get right. Man.
You gotta get right. Do whatever you gotta do. And it's like, even at my worst, man, like I just had people to take care of, and I had shit to do it felt almost outside of me. Like it felt like I was just being carried, like into the future, like just being carried, like because I don't know how I made it with where I was. And so like honestly, I just I thank God for that, because it's only now that I'm old enough to even know that there's something worth processing and dealing with, that I'm even dealing with that trauma that surrounded that whole thing. Like and I'm only at the beginning of it, and that's 10, 11 years ago. So I think it was just God that got me through, bro. And now I'm just trying to stand up on my own and walk into purpose and walk into what I'm supposed to be doing, because I got carried for so long. It's like now I'm gonna hold my weight, so.
Wow, I've never heard nobody describe it like that. You know what I mean? That's amazing. You know what I mean? That's kind of like an out of body experience type shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. So run through the creative process of November 3rd. Like, you know what I mean? Like what was it like creating that project?
it just came spilling out me, man. Like some of the songs were like a year or two old. Mostly I had think like 4 songs out of the 11 ready, and then I met my boy Cliff, and
Cliff Notes is like on what, 2-3 records?
Yeah, he's on 2-3 records. He basically let me use his studio for free. Him and then my boy Hamstank. So they let me use it for free. I didn't have the bread at the time to do it. Whatever. It was just 2016. My boy Tim.
I'll tell you what. Like, not to cut you off, but like, when people recognize like I mean, greatness, and people recognize like real artistry, like real talent, like they'll let you do shit like that. Like, it's yours, because that shit gotta be heard.
Yeah,
I remember first hearing November 3rd. Like, I was bumping the album for like a good year. Like you know what I'm saying? Like no bullshit. You know what I mean? And I used to be like, damn, like this shit's hard. Like, you know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like when I heard the album, it was like one long ass like record, right? Like it was like a tape format, right?
Yeah.
When I first heard it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Because I'm like, because then, you know, obviously later I ended up getting on like Apple Music and shit like that. So it's like track, but like. But I feel like when I first got it, it was like I didn't know any of the names of the songs because I just kept playing it. Like, you know what I mean? From start to finish. You know what I'm saying? I just remember Cliff Notes because, you know what I mean, because of the you know, the album art.
The art,
the name. But like just being absent-minded and not looking at the names of the songs. I was just like, yo, this shit's hard. Like, you know what I mean? I'm playing this shit like, yo, damn. Like, there was pain, there was happiness, there was yo, that shit was just fire, man.
Thank you.
There's not really one word to describe that piece of work, man. So, the how long did it take for you to compile all of that together?
I had 4 songs ready when I came to the table to him, because those are 4 songs I was doing, and we sat down in September to get it out by November.
Yeah,
and the rest was done. The rest, all 7 of them, was done after that. We just spent mad time in there. I was just writing like. We had a timeline. I said I wanted to be done by November 3rd. I gave myself that deadline. So everything, there was 2 songs that didn't make it. And other than that, I just put it out. I was like, I don't care about nothing else. I just need to get this out. And, you know, Cliff, the whole Hips 3 team, I used to run with them. And my boy Hamstank, like all of them. I used to run with all of them. And they just dedicated those 2 months to getting the shit done and getting it out. And it was just love, man, because it really jump-started everything for me. So shout out to them. Yeah.
That's wild. But all right, so let's talk about the rollout of that. Like when you rolled out the album, like how was it received at first? How do you feel like it was received?
For Cleo or for November 3rd?
November 3rd.
I didn't even know there was no rollout. I had just learned what a press release was. I just put it out and I was hoping for the best, and I just kept trying to do my little thing at free shows here and there, get paid for this, and like I do a poetry show and then turn the last 3 minutes into a song session, like just trying to squeeze it in where I could, like get it heard as many places as I could. And
it actually poetry shows. Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's it.
Purple Heart Poetry. Have you heard of it?
Nah.
My man Steve and I, we've been doing these monthly events. It started off at Top Mix, then it was at Suya Joint in Roxbury.
Yep.
We've done 5 thus far. And obviously because, of the situation, we can't have no live events, but we're going to go live on Monday.
No way.
Monday. How would you like to come on there and share a piece?
I don't do poems no more. I've been secretly writing poems.
It doesn't have to be poetry. It could be bars.
Oh, yeah.
Like I spat some bars over there. I don't even rap no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I'm always the MC. It's not my event, but he has me. That's my man. That's like my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he's like, yo, I need you to MC for me. And I've been doing it and I've been loving it. It's been fun. We've been having some, like the last one was crazy. Like, we had like so many people come out, you know what I'm saying, to support. And that's why I'm kind of pissed off about this COVID shit. You know what I mean? Because the 6th one was supposed to be stupid. We was gonna do something crazy. You know what I mean? But
everything in its place and time though. So we'll get back to it.
But yeah, man, we could talk about that after the show.
All right, bet.
But shout out to Purple Heart Poetry. So you started, like you said you was doing poetry joints, and then you just spit some bars after. things of that nature.
That was it. And when I won this this national title in March of 2017 in poetry, and I immediately tried to leverage that energy into making some more music.
Where?
The National Poetry Slam. I won the Women of the World Poetry Slam title, and that was 2017 March. And I just tried.
That help?
That was in what was that? Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's dope, man. Congrats. I didn't even know about that.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So that shit was dope. That shit was dope. Yeah.
That's fire. So what would you feel like your like prior to Cleo coming out, what would you feel like was your biggest moment in music?
Prior to Cleo, I think Cleo was the biggest moment for me in music.
I know that. That's why I said prior, because I want to talk about Cleo.
Yeah,
but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
prior to Cleo, it was just the fact that I was getting paid off of something I never thought I could ever get paid off of, or that I could be performing on stages. I never places that, and this is all throughout, but for example, I remember we were in front of a few thousand people. It felt like down over by Marshall's downtown Crossing, and I did this event down there, and I was just out there with the full band. Nah, it was just like a light. It was mostly light show and technology and stuff. And I just went out there and did a show, and I was right in front of where I got arrested. I got arrested one time. My little sister and my friend at the time, they was boosting some stuff or whatever. My sister got caught up in it, and I tried to come and get her, and the police slammed my face into a metal pole, all of this stuff. And that was my last memory of that area. And then I got to perform and got paid top dollar to be out there with a crowd full of people fucking with me. So, and that police officer to this day, this police officer still works there to this day. So it was just a crazy moment for me to be in music and be shifting my world in that way. It was incredible just to be in that.
Must be a real gratifying feeling, yo.
Oh man. I left some skid marks down there.
I bet.
Okay, that sounds crazy, but I'm talking about from a car. I'm talking about from a car, burning tires, burning rubber. That sounds crazy.
I thought you meant figuratively speaking.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, that's crazy, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you stupid. But all right, so Cleo was last year.
Yeah.
Right? You dropped Cleo what month last year?
August,
right? Now in between that time, so it was 3-year gap between November 3rd and Cleo. How long did it take for you to complete Cleo?
It took me about a year. Okay. Off and on. I went out with my boys, Hamstink again. We went out to Vermont for a little bit to just so I could write or get some ideas out. And do a demo.
Real artistic shit. We just gonna go Vermont, nigga, and just vibe
That was it. We didn't have no phones, no nothing. We got snowed
nigga,
in.
We in the mountains, nigga. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That's some real artsy shit, nigga. I have never thought to just go to Vermont and think, nigga.
Yo, he got the spot he likes out there. He don't get no cell phone reception. We got snowed in, bro. We couldn't even get out of the hill. His car, it was basically one wheel drive because he couldn't get up the little hill where these people live.
Oh my God.
It was like a barn. We were staying at a little barn kind of thing, his little spot. Couldn't even get out, bro. It was mad snow. It was crazy. But it was a good time. We had a good time. We recorded some shit, and I got some ideas down, and then I applied for this grant. I got this grant the following year. So this was at the end of the year, November, December, something like that. And then I got the grant. Yep. And then I asked Archetype if he could do the album with me and for me, and he signed on to it. So the rest was history. Because as soon as Art get involved, it's a wrap. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. So what was that experience like working with Art?
Man, he's that guy, man. He's just very he's just good at everything.
Yeah.
He's just good at everything, and he imposes nothing. He don't impose on your process. He just lets you have your process. And if you ask him to say, you say, yo, I want something to sound like I want it to sound like, you know what I'm saying, like a lavender incense burning on Costa Rica, like in the jungle. He's like, oh, I got something for that.
Nigga's like, oh, you know what? I know exactly what that
I know
feels
exactly
like. What the fuck?
That's how he is. And I'm like, damn, Ark. So I just started, we developed a language, and by language, I mean, I just kept saying crazy shit to him, and he was like, I got you.
That's crazy. So prior to him, like who was there any other like artists from around here? I mean, like not artists, but like producers / engineers that was kind of like helping you mold your sound and craft prior to that?
It was Hamstank.
Okay, so
he was the one that was like working with me, and he that's my guy, man. I love him to pieces. We like a weird, unlikely pair of friends.
Right.
He's a dope dude, and he just lets me do, and he just gasses me up in the right ways. He thinks I could do anything, and so he makes me feel like I can do anything. So that was nice.
That's belief, yo.
It is, and so I like working with him, and working with Ark. It was more like I had a chip on my shoulder, and I had something to prove. So I felt like working with Ark was the right guy to like load it up real quick. Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So let's talk about Cleo has how many records on that?
15.
15. Right. So why Cleo? Was it always Cleo from the beginning? Like, did you have this motion picture like roll out in your mind at the beginning, or like, cause like when I first heard the title of it, I was like, okay, where's she going with this? Right. Like I didn't really, but then when I heard it, I was like, immediately.
Yep.
There you go. Right. So at what point did you figure that this is the direction that I'm gonna go with the album?
I ain't have nothing, man. I was ready to throw the whole project out.
Really?
I was like, man, because I feel like I outgrew it as I was making it, so I was ready to move on to something else.
Wow.
But I had to honor that where I was in that moment, and that I wanted to get that out.
If you didn't put that out, nigga, man, you would have been doing yourself a huge disservice.
Thank you, fam. Yeah, I was ready to throw it away because I like concepts. Like, I like to. It's not that it has to be like that, but I just like telling a story all the way through, or like for it to be a cohesive vibe all the way through. So when it wasn't coming together, and I was like, what am I trying to do? And I felt like I grew past it while I was working on it. I was ready to throw it away, and it wasn't until I literally was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna watch hood classics all day. And I turned on Set It Off, and I was like, and it helped me write the rest of the songs. Because I was like,
is that when you and Brandy Blaze got together for Cleo and them?
Nigga, I already had the concept, right? I write the first verse, and I'm thinking I'm doing something. I thought I did something on that first verse. I was like, oh, nigga, Lord, I'll be back. I was like, all right, cool.
What's the procedure when you got a gun to your head? I was like, oh, nigga.
At this point, I tell everybody, Brandy let me feature on my song. Like, she let me get 2 verses on my song because
listen, like, listen, don't do yourself like that. Okay.
No, I think my verses are hard, absolutely. Yeah, right. But that energy that Brandy brought made the song the song.
Oh my God. And she brought the song, you know what I mean, just together. She just glued that shit just like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was I think that and your joint you got with
Grimy Gert.
Yes, that and that's the joint with Grimy Gert. Probably my 2 favorite records on the album.
Yeah. I felt good about my features because I heard them before I asked the person to do it, and everything just it just turned out how I wanted it to turn out. Like,
and your skits were perfect. You know what I mean? Like your skits were perfect. Like, people don't even do skits no more.
No, I know.
Like, I think the only other person as of late that's been doing skits is Dave East.
Yeah.
And that's some real New York shit. So it's like, he has to. Like, almost. Like, with his subject matter, it's like, nigga, you gotta do this shit.
Right,
you know what I mean? But like, it was just a really well polished album. Like, for you to say it's your second project is just crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like when you hear that and it's like, this is Oompa's second project, what the fuck is she gonna do next? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I mean, so what was that rollout like? Because after that happened, a lot's been happening. I seen you on, what was it, NPR? I seen you on what was it, WGBH? Or the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, what was that like? Like, what was the rollout like on that? Because you said
honestly, it was like this, man. I got the idea, and then I got the resources.
Okay.
Through the grant, I had some money I was saving up from hitting all these shows, And I was like, I'm putting everything I got into this. So my head was down for 8 months. 8 months. Like my album, I think it was done the week before the listening, or no, a couple days before the listening. I got the masters from Arc, and then I submitted them to DistroKid and all that, and then it was out like right on time. Like I was for 8 months. I put my head down and honestly, it was 8 months. It felt like, but in real time, it was like whenever I got the funds. So it's like June or July is when I got the fund. Like no, May. We got to work in May. Okay. At the end of May is when I got the funds, and he and I just went to work, and it was like every week we was doing 10-hour sessions. Shit like that, back to back 10-hour sessions, whatever. Like I'm thinking as I'm going, like, oh, I'm having to be an organizer because time is money, and I don't believe in going to the studio to be cute because that's money. I don't have money to be cute yet. So like,
now it's work.
Yo, right now, so I'm bringing in people, like scheduling people ahead of time, and I'm like, I'm on my Virgo shit right now. Let's get it, like whatever. So like that shit was crazy, and I just got into it. I was like, you know what? I just have the people that who I get to support Black artists. Who are going to support the vision I got for it, and I just put myself into it. And I was like, whatever came out. Like if it was a skit, if it was a video, if it was a whatever, and I just $25,000 later,
wow,
I had everything I wanted done. Not even. A lot of shit was last minute. The skits came off of people's phone. I called Omar. Omar was the Dominican father. Omar was a son, and Omar was the nigga on the voicemail. And hella like it was last minute. Everything was just like, okay, and now we got to pull this all together. And I was just thinking, like, damn, if I had resources all the time and I gave myself enough time, I just can't imagine like how much prouder I could feel. But like I felt good at the end of it. I just put everything into it. August 10th came around. We sold out to St. Clair, like marketing and stuff like that. And that was dope. And then I realized then it also dawned on me that I wasn't paying attention to my mental health for 8 months. And I was like, damn, okay. So then after that, like from August till like maybe like last month, I was in a something, like I just had no rhythm. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get above a 1. Like I just couldn't do it. And it was a lesson to me in being able to find a sustainable practice for myself to create and also take care of myself and take care of myself and not let the business dictate how I feel about, right. How I take care of myself and whatnot. So
that's dope, man. So I see that I haven't been to one of your shows since I want to say I saw you perform at the what's that shit over there by Harvard? It was one of Jadi's events. Yeah.
Energy.
Energy, one of the energy events. It wasn't the last one, it was the one before that. That was the last time I see you perform.
Oh, that was 2017 then.
I think it might have been. Yeah.
If it wasn't the one last year, it
wasn't the one last year. Yeah.
No. Last year I was.
It might have been 2018. Was it?
Something.
But either way, it wasn't the last event over there. It was the one prior.
Okay,
And even then, I was just like, damn, like she got it. And I caught like the last end of your set, like like the last piece of it, because like that's when I walked in, and I was like, shit. I was like, damn, like this is what I missed because I was late. Whatever, I had some shit to do. I get there, and I was just like, god damn, like Oompa's really doing this shit, man. Like, and that's when I was like, yo, she got it, because not only did I just see you in your element when you was on stage, I seen how everybody else was engaged. I was watching, and I was like, yo, damn, like, and after you left the stage, nobody else really had that energy. And don't get me wrong, everybody that was there did their thing, man. Like, I'm not taking nothing away from because Jadi, like, she puts a show together, like she knows who to, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But after you left the stage, I was like, nobody gave me that same. And I don't know if I'm being biased because I know you personally, but you know what I mean? But either way, it was just more like, yo, this shit was crazy. So you come out with Cleo, and I hear that album, and I'm like, wow. I also noticed that you that your DJ's DJ LC.
Yes, my guy.
How did that happen? How'd y'all link up?
I think what it was he had invited me to he has a showcase series, so he invited me.
Music showcase.
And like from day one, he just showed me mad love. Like he knows like a family friend, like an old church friend of mine is his cousin, and they connected us. And I did his showcase when I was first trying to get shows. He had no problem about it. As soon as he learned about me, it was like, give me a music. You got 3 songs, like come through, and like had me in his sweet spot and all that other stuff. Like there was just like love from jump, and it wasn't no thing. And I was DJ Washington was my DJ for a while, and you know she be booked and busy, so I needed a DJ consistently. Right. So I did one show with him at Zoomix. I was like, yo, why not? I want to try working with LC. I love his energy. Right. And I was like, you know what? We doing this shit. Like, I was like, yo, can we do this? You want to do this? He was like, you want to do it? And we've been rocking shows now it's been over a little bit over a year, I think.
Yeah. That's amazing, man. LC's a good dude. I remember him showing mad love when I was rapping. You know what I mean? I never got to work with him. But he's just always been very genuine and I love what he does, and I love how he puts those showcases together, because you see a lot of people go in and out of those events, man. Like a lot of people like started getting recognition because of those events.
Yeah, and he's consistent. It don't matter 5 or 500 people. He's there, and he's showing you the same energy. Yeah, whether it's on live in quarantine or whether it's in person, he got the same energy.
That's fire. So what's next for you, man? I mean, you know, what's next? Because you know, you said you had an 8-month gap, you know, kind of from August until probably like last month. That kind of you was going through the motions. Well, I guess this is what I really want to ask you. Like, how big is mental health to you?
I think as big as it is for all of us. Like, I think you know, whether it's as small as like how you feel about yourself, like, or as big as like you might have a mental health condition that you're living with. Everybody has some kind of mental health condition mental health something to take care of. And I just I love music. I love making, period. I love being an artist and thinking and putting shit together, and like I love being an artist so much. And I never thought about prioritizing myself ever in my life until it came and it got in the way of doing the thing I love the most. So it's just like it's a good way, a reality check for me to like always be thinking about how to sustain and take care of myself, and like listen to myself and listen to what my body needs and heal the stuff that's going on. Because if I don't when it calls, it'll keep calling, and it's gonna get louder, you know. So like I think it's just really important for me to like tap into my spiritual health and my mental health, my emotional health. I need to get better about the physical health. I'll be stretching and shit. Like I stay flexible. Flexible big girl. That's my MO. No, sir. But like I'm trying to move more too to keep the physical in check. Cause I'm,
I'll tell you this much. I fucking ran a mile for the first time in
nigga.
And forever. I felt like, like dead ass. Like I thought I was having an asthma attack in the middle of the shit. Like I'm jogging. Like I ran for like half a mile, right?
Yeah.
My shit start getting tight.
Yeah.
And then once I get to like 3/4 of a mile, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do the fast walk. You know what I mean? Right. And then like my app that I use to map my run, the Under Armour joint, it tells me 1 mile recording 13 minutes and 40 something seconds. I was like, God, it took me that long to run a mile.
That's good. A 13-minute mile after you haven't run a mile.
I mean, I guess you're right. For a nigga who smokes and drinks and been eating like a motherfucking slob.
And ain't been running a mile. Yeah.
I haven't ran since January. And
it take me about 20.
But you see, the thing is, I say that to say this, like I've always worried about physical health. I mean, like mental health is not something that I was taught to really focus on. You know what I mean? Like I was raised by, a single Haitian mother. You know what I'm saying? That shit's non-existent.
Ain't nobody got time for none of that shit.
Not only that, in Haitian culture, there be niggas who be batshit crazy and we make jokes about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like having a blind uncle when everybody calls him shit bit there. That means like popped eyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just that's our culture. Like it's like it's we're making light of a very serious situation, but we don't really confront it as, you know what I mean, a crutch or something that's like, you know what I mean, fucking with your soul. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we always tell you just get over it and just you be all right, just fucking go do it. You know what I mean? So like, how do you decompose? Like, how do you, get back, balanced? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you feel like works best for you?
I think I'm still figuring it out. I think I admire people who got it figured out. They got their routines. They got their understanding. There's a lot of stuff I don't know about myself because I'm just learning and really listen to it.
That's all.
So, yeah. So I think I'm just learning. I'm just trying to find ways to keep listening and learning and figuring out what works for me. Like, what downtime looks like. I gotta recharge and spend time by myself. Like I gotta drink my water. You know what I mean? Like I gotta pray. I gotta meditate. I gotta. Sometimes I can't cry, so like I just gotta sit in silence and still. I like taking baths, taking showers, reset me. Like different things I'm learning like that. Or even it's just learning my behaviors. Like I've been dating in cycles. Like I date in cycles. I'd be like, I'm done here and I'm to another one. I'm done here and I'm down to another one. And I be getting the same feedback. I be hearing the same shit for the most part. Everybody's different. But I be hearing some same stuff, and I'm like, instead of going back and realizing where I picked that up at or what trauma caused this thing or that thing, like I just be like, and on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I love love. Like, so it's like even thinking about how to pump my brakes a little bit there so I can really take the time and do something different on this next run. Like if I choose another run, like I think different things like that. It's just like learning how to listen. That's really it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So what was that experience like at what was it, WGBH? That was the last televised you had, right? What was that like?
It was really dope. First off, because it was really because it stemmed from there's the Artist to Watch that NPR puts out every year, and
I figured that's kind of how it trickled over.
Exactly. So they put me in that joint and they featured me, and I was really ecstatic about that. And then WGBH reached out to me to come in and do these sessions, and their team was really dope. Like they were just generous and they knew exactly what they were doing. The sound quality was amazing. The video quality was amazing. The hospitality was amazing. And it made for us to have a good time, So I think a lot of that was improvised, but like we got it together and it was a good time. It was a really good time.
I seen the video and I was just like, wow. That was really all I could really fucking say. Like I'm watching this shit and I reposted it, and my homegirl Chanel hits me up like, I love Oompa.
Chanel Thurville?
Chanel Garland. She used to hang out with Stacy and Desiree from Eastie.
Chanel.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Stacy, I think Stacy's singing. Like I think she's like in Atlanta or whatever. Doing
or New York one, I think.
One of those,
New York. Yeah.
But she was like, "Oh, I love them." But I was like, "Oh, you know her?" She's like, "Yeah, whatever. That's Stacy's peoples and all of that." I was just like, "Wow, like you on your way, yo."
Thank you.
So what's next, yo? Like, what's the next? What's the end of 2020 supposed to look like for Oompa?
On some real shit, I'm just trying to get out of quarantine unscathed. I don't want no problems. I don't want no smoke. I'm asthmatic. I don't want no smoke.
I feel you.
I'm listening to God and I'm listening to what the professionals are saying. I'm trying to do all of it. So I'm trying to get out of 2020 with no harm done. But in terms of my artistic stuff, I feel like I've just been playing, man. I've just been giving myself the freedom to play. So I've been making music that's not even my genre. I got so many like R&B and alternative R&B songs. Like I got a couple.
You doing well.
Thank you. I got to dance all the time.
You start singing. You got to dance. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not. It's not like it's like Drake dance hall. Okay,
like it's not really dance hall. Like the calypso, like you know what I mean.
It's like a little Afrobeat light. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That kind of thing. I ain't saying nothing crazy. My people turning, not me. But
be like dance hall, huh? Like that's different.
Nah, ain't nobody about to beat me up because I was culture. I'm good. I don't want no smoke. So that's it. I'm writing a short film, a couple short films, and working. Just giving myself the permission to not think I have to do one thing, while also focusing on the craft of that one thing.
You need anybody to act, man. I've been trying to, you know what I mean?
I heard about that voice, B. I heard about that voice.
I mean, I can get my Idris elbow on, dog. I'm about to start working out and shit. You know
if you put a little English accent on, it's a wrap. Nah, I get it, yo. Nah, you gonna get it though. We gonna make that happen.
But you know, I feel like if I did get the English accent, I'd be fucking unstoppable.
Yeah, you know the only thing honestly that throws me off is gangster movies with niggas with no disrespect, but like when I hear niggas with English accent, it's like, "Hey, yo, run your money, cuz."
Hey, bruv, where's the fucking money, bruv? Like,
give me a hug, nigga. It's right here.
It's like, bro, like it you know what it is? It's because it's us. It's culture shock, right?
Yeah.
To us, it don't sound hard, but I bet you the normal people out there in London, they're like, "Oh, this nigga's serious," right?
He's not playing. He's not fucking around. It all sounds the same to me, and I know that's ignorant. You know what? I'm sorry to my people in the UK.
Somebody's like, "Yo, come up off that, my nigga." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody and you're like, "Oh shit, this nigga's not playing." And but all right, so it's just culture shock. That's all it is. You know, there's certain things we ain't gonna understand.
Exactly.
You know, this was definitely actually a better conversation than I anticipated. I never write anything down, right? I always go into these interviews with things in my mind that I want to ask, right?
Yeah.
And depending on the artist, you know, it can go left or it could go right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know, but you know, how do you plan to choose what the future brings, man? That's the name of this platform. So I always ask everybody that, like, how do you plan to, you know, keep doing Oompa in the best way possible?
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to get aligned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to figure out what the course is for me. You know what I mean? Just listen. I think that's my thing for 2020. I just want to listen. And then I'll do when it's time to do, but I want new ears to listen. So
you ain't got no date for no album?
Nah, ain't no date. Ain't no project. I got like a project worth of, like I got a couple projects worth of stuff, but like
no short films. You know what I mean? Like I said, holla at your boy.
Yes, I'm gonna be hollering at you. I'm gonna need something.
What was I about to say? You got any singles coming out?
Not nothing anticipated right now, but I got a couple ready to go. I just gotta make a decision.
How do you choose singles? Like, matter of fact, like, how do you like say like, yeah, this is gonna be a single?
You know what? In the past, I haven't necessarily done a good job of it. It kind of just like which one is first and which one I locked in on and I liked a lot. But I think moving forward, I kind of want to figure out what the bigger picture is. Like, I don't want to plan 3 months in advance. I want to plan 2 years in advance. So it's like maybe not releasing every 2 years in advance, but I want to be like, okay, when I do this, I want it to do this, and I want it to do this, and I want this to affect the last for a year, and then what is it going to do the year after that? Right. So I want to be thinking about that, like what I want the impact of the song to be, what I think its capacity is, and then what it can, and then what's my vision? How does that single play a role in everything else I'm doing for the next few moves? So yeah, so I'm still in the process where I'm making stuff, and I don't really know that there's anything that is a single that could give you an idea of what the album or the sound is going to be. So there's nothing in the chamber right now.
Okay, fair enough. But anything that you want to end out with?
Man, first of all, I just appreciate you having me on. I'm glad we got to talk.
Absolutely. I'm glad we was able to do this too. You know what I mean?
Second of all, when is the next Penny episode coming out?
Yo, fam, did you see the one from today?
No, I didn't.
All right, well, go check that out.
I'm gonna go check that out because I need to go see that. I saw the first few. I'm like, I'm tuned in. Like,
she got a full workout joint today. You know what I mean?
You're dope for that.
you gotta see the workout, John, man. This is probably the funnest one because like she got to get in her bag, like, you know what I mean, like you know what I mean, because I honestly, like, with those episodes, like, I don't really want to be on them. Like, I really just want her to do her thing. And all we do is just kind of guide her through it. You know what I mean, and just show her personality, and I feel like she's there right now. You know what I'm saying? So
she got some. She's not afraid of the camera. She's like, oh, what's her sign?
She's an Aquarius. February 16th.
I'm an Aquarius too.
Yeah. You know, I've always connected well with Aquarius. My mom's an Aquarius. My homegirl Marie, she was actually born on the same day as my mom. Like, R.I.P. She passed a few years ago.
Rest in peace.
Homegirl Chanel, like that's my dog.
What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, that's why. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So you know, I got a little man on the way. I don't know if you know that.
Congratulations. Yep, I do.
He I don't know if he's gonna be a Virgo or a Libra, but we'll see what happens. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So but yeah, I'm excited, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing this because for my love of the art. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I no
yeah.
longer had the desire to rap, but I do want to support the people who I believe in. And you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to talk to you earlier. But honestly, I'm glad that you weren't one of the first episodes, because I felt like it would have just kind of went, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
and I'm not even sure when I'm gonna drop this episode, but I promise you, like when I do, it's gonna be right. We're gonna
It's
do
gonna
it
be a
right.
good time,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna
and
be a
I
good
felt
time.
like it was a good time for me too. Like
I'm glad.
we're in this real particular place in the world right now, and I think my vision is just a little bit different. So I'm glad something's capturing that right now. So
I'm glad. We you know, we touched some good points today, man.
we did. I'm about to get to this little moon cycle circle real quick, trying to get on some new shit. So
I
I'm
hear
gonna
you.
get to it, fam. I
All
appreciate
right,
you, though.
baby. Holla at me, man.
All
You
right,
need anything from me, like whatever.
same.
You know, you
Thank you.
holla at me. You know you got me for whatever.
Same. Appreciate it. So much weight, and you don't even want you at this rate. You say, but if I let you, you could take my place.